And we have recovered from the crash. We need to get back down to the south, but I first want to finish going to all of the various places around here. Klaarbakfest, 2 days to the west. That's actually tempting. What I really want is this, a delivery. Perfect. Day to the southwest. Ooh, 118 for padded leather, I'll take that. And are there any more of these Keton caps? Yes. $60 head armor, actually. I'm not going to pay 206 for a pitchfork. Although if I do, I can fight with 8 lads. I'm sure we can pick up a pitchfork for cheaper somewhere else. Going Alpstadt, we've been there, haven't we? We are still very much in the phase where we've got to be super, super careful. We are weaker than almost everything on the map. Really all we can fight now is tiny groups of thugs, and that's about it. And maybe some webnecks or some small groups of wolves or nachters. We'll get there, don't you worry, we'll get there. Another delivery, perfect. Where to? And that's exactly where I want to go. Wonderful. Nice, more cheaper kitten caps. I like it. Okay, so that is for my archer when I hire one. Near Neeks, Manuel Paragon, Ikri, Verondox, Fulmec. Actually, I need to hit this city and then leave. Actually, no, I mustn't go to Nibelheim because when I go to Ravestad, I need to have 3 cities that I haven't visited to still have that ambition proc. Excellent. Soles of your feet, perfect. Excellent. Somewhere around the region of Icehenge, some way to the northwest, so it's quite far. Let's go get. Hey, nice. A strange sight. One dead man pinned to the earth with spears. His own blood has been used to circle his corpse, and other strange ritualistic rites have been painted by way of his lifeblood. Gungnir starts retrieving the spears. You try and tell him to stop, but it's already too late. He holds one of the weapons up. What? These are of good quality. Why would we leave them here? Well, if there was a deific protection here, it had already been broken. Take the spears. Ooh! Before you can leave, Verondox bends low to the sacrificed man and whispers into his ear. A moment later, the dead man's head lurches, his eyes widen and nostrils flare. The cultist looks over to you. He wasn't dead. His blood was used to satiate Dovecool. Had we needed his death, we would have burned him. He pauses, turning to the man, whose wounds are mysteriously healing before your eyes like mud filling in a footprint. Verondox pets him on the cheek. Come, friend, and serve Dovecool. The unsent sacrificed man jumps to his feet and instinctively turns toward you. Somehow, he already knows you're the captain here and bends a knee. If you allow it, I will fight for you, and in doing so, spread the faith of Dovecool. His voice is robotic, as if he'd spent Last year, practicing the oath. Welcome to Damage Inc. You'll do well. You decide to take the man in. Gungnir stands by the wayside, a couple of spears in hand. We're still taking these, right? Verondox is in good spirit. Of course we do. I really hope he's got good stars. But he's another cultist who is pretty terrible as a fighter, but he'll make an excellent tank. Melee defense, loads of fatigue, decent hit points. So if we take gifted, then he will get plus 28 to melee skill on average, which will only be 76, which is pretty arse. I'm thinking spear tank, just to hold the flank. Because now I've got 2 spear tanks, and we have seen before how effective it is having 2 specialist spear tanks holding your outside flanks just while your company gets going. And with 2 Dovecool guys now, we can hopefully start getting more guys converting, and then eventually we can sacrifice 2 people and get the Dovecool armor. He could arguably be put in heavy armor, but this kind of a waste. I mean, I want to use that fatigue for maintaining a spear wall, and for someone with defense that high, he's not going to get hit a lot. So light armor, spear tank. The name list. Let's take one of the recent ones. Tobit Schnicksen. What's up, the 029? Use exclamation mark legends to get your answer. No, it's not legends mod. I just had to make a command because I got so tired of being asked that question. My next campaign is going to be legends mod, but not this one. Tobit Schnick Sen. The 13th got retired. Well, Tobit, you there if one of these lads gets injured? Looking for tilted grave markers, ice henge to the northwest. You know, Ruffle, the reason I retired the 13th was because we were 370 days in, and we hit quite a hard plateau, as you do with the peasants, and we were faced with a few more 100 days of grinding. Can't remember exactly where it's at. Not far to the southeast in the forest. Thank you. And with the peasants, we don't have access to the higher tier brothers, so it would have been very hard. Ooh, that's nice and cheap smoked ham. We'll take that. Ammo is quite expensive. Bandages are nice and cheap. We'll take those. I'm not going to use this direwolf pelt mantle until I get my first leather armor. We've been doing a fair amount of beast hunting, which I very much like. Shit. I mean, only 6 Noctiers isn't that bad, but the fact that there's a big lad there means we need help. Even though we outnumber them. I fucking hate the way the camera keeps going off center. Isn't there a border sync? Always focus AI movement, auto interns, shapeboard bars. Oh, there's a stone watchtower there, so hopefully we'll find some troops. I just need some bodies on the field to take some of the heat off of me while we fight these things. Even a basic caravan will do. Damn, we just missed that supply caravan. I think we've visited all the various cities now. Oh, I want to buy that stuff. Okay, we have to fight these guys ourselves. If we fight them in the forest, though, that should make it a bit easier. Turbochnixon. You can just throw nets and hurl insults from the back. Keep that big lad covered in nets and poison. So this is scary. This is going to be hard. So, it's kind of breaking up the formation. Let's try and bottleneck them there and there. 1, 2, 3. That's one bottleneck there done. Actually, no. That's blocked. Here is better. I want to be able to have 2 lads in contact. And then Vorondox. No, Fulmac. We won't commit until we know where the big lad is going. Because Fulmac has got the poison on his spear, and it's important we poison the big lad. And of course, let's stick together. Fuck's sakes, Russian. That's... This is so bad for Gungnir. But he will be able to move back at least. And this is doubly bad because I needed Vorondox to hold the northern side. It's a bit of a disaster, boys. Turn done, turn done. These can't move more than 3. 1, 2, 3. I was going to say maybe we can move before then, but no, these little fucks are too quick. Yeah, rip ration. Straight into the middle. I've done eat his corpse as well. Brave Fulmac. This is a disaster. I knew this was going to be bad. Did that one bleed to death? It did. Well, Tobit, welcome and goodbye. Fucking hell. And these are crucial misses. And it's so early on, I don't even have any rotation. God, eating the corpse is brutal. Can't fucking hit these things. 40%. 40%. 55%. No! Oh, come on! 4 dead. Well, we said this is going to be the Safe Scum campaign. I'm totally fine with this because, as I explained at the beginning of the campaign, it's all about rushing to the late game. Mostly, I think that went so badly because I couldn't get Fulmac into contact with the big one at the right time. And I probably should have given Verondox a spear as well and tried to maintain a spear wall for a bit longer. 1, 2, 3. 3. So, Ration, there's no need for you to put a spear wall down this turn. Right stabbing, Fulmac. He's going south now. So 6 turns, turn done, turn done, turn done. Hopeless. Damn it! Oh, good stabbing. 45%. These fucking things are impossible to hit. Dodging, good blocking, boys. These level 1s are fucking hopeless. Finally! Finally! Om nom nom. You see how different the fight goes? Just based on, you know, where everybody is and the layout of the fight. It determines so much. It wasn't great XP. It was like, you know, between 50 and 80. Cool, so we've been everywhere. We need to go back to Donnerstad. Any level ups? One level up. Ikri, the polearm user. I just need as much fast adaptation now on these lads. Like for a quote-unquote normal polearm build, I wouldn't give fast adaptation, but this dude is in garbo with his stats. Stats are fucking garbage. Good. Okay. Gain some renown. As you can see, we're still only 249, and we've actually done. Ooh, hang on. While walking the streets of Buckfest, you come upon a crowd standing around the hangman. Oh yeah, this is the go get the guy's toes. Sweet, our thief. Nice. Got initiative, got eager, and got us some crowns. Well done, Ration. That's a nice event. 500 cash money right in our pocket. So that monk will get replaced as soon as we find a monk who's actually got stars in Resolve. Escort 3 days to the southeast. I'm happy to take this because I want to go back southeast. And I'm perfectly happy to abandon the mission if I have to. This is actually pretty damn good for abandonment though. Extra melee defense, extra fatigue, 2 stars in melee skill, and 3 stars in Resolve. And I think they get plus Resolve anyway. 45 and 3 stars. Resolve 3 stars, 4 or 5, so 45 on average, so that's at 90 plus 10s. He'll get to 125. This is our bannerman. The star reveal is the try out mod. Exclamation mark BB mods will give you a link to them, to where I got the mods from. This is a... Right, hang on. Here's our bannerman. It slightly complicates things that our bannerman is not a monk. But it means I've just got to keep hiring and finding monks until I find one who's good enough to become a polearm user. Right, so he's number 10. To the name list. From page 1. Who's next? Lesser. Number 16 on the name list. Is Lesser, who's number 10. Light. Bannerman. Torturer, Warhammer. Okay, so my polearm guy is now all of a sudden less of a priority. And spear tank, polearm, so Ikri is more of a... Okay, so Tobert is pretty much only going to be used in reserve. Need a lot of gear still. Okay, so lesser. I just got to update my list. So what do we still need? We still need one more hammer raider, 4 archers, a pole arm user, and a spare raider. So we need 2 more raiders, 4 more archers, and a pole arm. Get out of here. Well, since Showboat, like, kind of technically you do, like, the Kraken storyline is sort of a mission if you think of it that way, but if you take on 3 skull missions that are like, go hunt the thing and bring it back, or go get the thing, you can come across raiders that have champions, and the champions carry named items, so technically, that's that kind of mission. So our sergeant won't be ready until level 3. So let's set out into the wilderness, discover a camp. We just got to find a hut with some zombies in it. Oh Jesus! 4 to 5 reavers. Oh crikey! Sorry, caravan hands. Doing that is doubly a dick move because we are also caravan hands, but there's no way we were going to die for that. Come on, have me go south. Stay to the northwest. I don't want to go back to Donnerstedt, sorry. 250, those are pretty much cost price. Yes, tavern rumors are still the way to go for named items. At this point now I've got to save up some money. I need to start getting some ranged fighters, some hunters. But now that I've been to all the villages, I can go back to the south, do the southern loop, and Dornthal has hunters' cabins, so we should be able to get hunters and fletchers there. A champion goblin. Did he have a named polearm? That must have been terrifying. The only champion goblins I've fought are the bow and arrow users. And their little named... I don't want to go north. Their little named bow and arrows aren't that scary. Many thugs and a few... These thugs are beatable, very beatable. Are they even coming at us? We're gonna have to run at them though, because we don't have any ranged fighters. The fact that it's night time though, let's go get him. Oh no wait, it's in the forest. There's no fucking way I'm fighting them in a forest. It's just gonna make catching the poachers damn near impossible. There we go, at night, open field. I hope they'll good and they come towards us. Armor is kind of okay. 1, 2, 3. But we're just in a very, very delicate position now. We're now at that phase where it's all about keeping the boys alive. I mean, I'm safe scumming, so how hard is that? What the lads need, actually more than armor now, is they need levels. Right, Verondox. See that dickhead? 65, 73. Cut his dick off. No! 73 miss, 81 miss. Miss. That Guten dog is pretty damn scary, actually. Ow! Let's attack and hopefully kill, which will hopefully chain panic that thug. No, I was hoping to avoid him from attacking. Oh! So yeah, it's just about keeping the lads alive, getting up to the point where we can start killing raiders with reasonable reliability, and then getting their armor. Then it's the quest to get ranged guys, which is so hard. Don't kill me! Dodge. And then dogs, gotta buy loads of dogs. Oh yeah. And you can switch to a net with quick hands as long as you aren't switching out a shield. And for someone who counts as a duelist, having a net in the offhand, you still get the duelist bonus. But generally, I tend to not use duelists because the bonus you get from the offhand free is weaker than the extra damage and bonuses of a two-handed weapon. Like 10 times out of 10, I think a two-handed weapon is superior to a one-handed duelist. You can make an argument for a duelist one-handed hammer user with his 50% base armor piercing plus 25 from duelist, giving him 75 armor pierce. That's superior armor pierce to a two-handed warhammer, but the numbers are still, I think, overall lower. But that being said, like, I mean, if I can get the right numbers on a duelist, I'll absolutely have him in the center of my formation, because the duelist can be really good with his, you know, leap ability with a fencing sword. If there's a gap, let's say you're fighting undead and there's some ghosts, you can actually use that leap to get, you know, to move a square to get into contact with a ghost, or to get into contact with a ranged fighter, that type of thing. Okay, spear tank. Oh yes. Oh yes. And gifted. Nice la. 65 melee skill. We're slowly getting up. But look at how arse, absolutely arse his resolve is. Torturer, level 3. He's gonna take shield expert. I'm gonna take gifted, because I'm gonna take gifted anyway. All my brothers are gonna get gifted. Just can't beat those stats. It's so good. So once these front line lads are level 5, then they are about, in terms of their skill and perks, they're on par with raiders. About, more or less. And now that he's got more than 65, he can switch away from the militia spear. I think once a brother has above 60, then they can stop using a spear. Let's see, 30 to 50, 45, 75. Okay, so one of you lads About manual, use the good. Step forward and use it like that. Ooh, Gungnir. I think it's time for him to go to the front line. Slightly off alignment. Manual steps forward. Okay, 8 lads. We're going to keep just 8 lads in the formation. That is until all of them are level 5. Once level 5 is the lowest level among the brothers, then we'll get 2 more in and so on and so forth. I mean, if you're going to have a duelist, then it needs to be a sword master. Sword masters are pretty damn expensive late game. Right, onwards. Let's play. I tend to go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sakes. Web necks. How many of them? 5. Come here. Web necks. Give me your silk. I probably shouldn't have stood up like that. That wasn't too smart. Oh yeah, one other advantage of the torturer guys on the front line. The torturers are going to have quick hands because they need to be able to switch between the whip and the one-handed cleaver. I'm trying to think if I can squeeze bags and belts into their build. Because then for certain situations they can actually throw throwing weapons while the enemies approach. This is why you spam spears against these little spiders. Well fought, boys. 2 precious bits of gossamer. And 3 and... I think I'm going to take 4 here, because now he's at 61. That means I can combine that with Colossus to get him up to 75, and then that's going to be good for him. That's very nice. And 50 resolve is the minimum resolve I operate on. Because then generally you have the brothers 50 base resolve, and once Les is at level 11 he should have 120 resolve, so 50 plus 12, so 62% chance to resist mind control effects. It's pretty damn good. Oh, my torturers, yeah, we're all taking... I mean, fast adaptation and gifted is the 2 best early game perks. Give your brothers a boost early on. Solve is terrible. And so's his. What's all terrible? Oh yeah, the Warhammer lads get student first. That's 13 melee defense already. Excellent. And actually, now that once we start picking up tier 2 weapons, these lads are all above 60 melee attack, so like they can start using swords now. In case any of you are wondering why I've got brothers in reserve and I'm not putting them in the fight. Thugs, poachers and raiders, no thanks. Is because everyone is still quite low level and I don't want to dilute the experience pool any further in these fights. 8 is probably, or 10, 8 active brothers in the fight is probably too much anyway. Bought for 250, yeah, I think I can get more for that. But I need the money now, so... I'm going to keep the staff sling. I think I probably will, actually. In fact, I'm going to collect staff slings because my archers in the late game will need a ranged weapon to attack enemies with that doesn't cost them ammo, because having 4 archers gets expensive ammo-wise. Yes, Ramadi, new group. Any of you backline nerds have quick hands yet? It's really only the torturers who will have quick hands. It's by at least one doggo. And who's got the most fatigue? 27. Lord the War Dog. Welcome, Lord. Fine, for it's cheap. Then that's gonna. Good, so we're not using straight up pitchforks. The O29, let's see, what time is it now? At least another 45 minutes, I would think. Well, now that I'm in the south, I can accept missions from any of these cities. So this episode so far has been 45 minutes. I'll do another 45 minutes and then take a break for the evening. Day to the south. Perfect. The reason being, I'm going to be streaming every night for the next 2 weeks, with a few exceptions on the weekend. I'll aim to do 4-hour sessions. 6 of them, a few poachers and a few raiders. We've got a bunch of caravan hands though. It just worries me that those poachers or the raiders might not come forward. In fact, let's start with all of the nets. I thought I had one more net. We've only got 3. Oh, they ran away. Okay. Surprisingly. Well, good. Oh, 350. That's below cost price. This is exactly why I wanted to play this background. I've never seen dyes so cheap before. That's crazy. But we don't have enough money. Let's get the money reserves up. Follow the tracks. Golden talisman for 2 skulls. And obtain... Oh, perfect. So we can Indiana Jones this. And this is basically a 3,000 gold. Send in the reserves. They feel that they get to do a mission, which actually makes them happy. Finding and bagging the scroll is easy. Awesome. 2 arms. Run away. I love these missions. They're so important in the early game. Run away bravely, boys. Just a word of warning with using the retreat from combat option. If there's any kind of height difference behind your brothers, be super careful. I've seen the AI make them retreat in completely crazy directions, getting themselves caught out. I like to get my brothers like this now. It should be fine using the auto retreat. Return to Dawnthal, get paid 1,000 gold. Cha-ching. Get the defense numbers. 32. This is why I love thieves. He doesn't even have stars in melee defense. And that's also, he doesn't even have shield expert yet. Which as a torturer he will have. Excellent. Yes. One thing worth considering is 40 to 60 damage, 45 to 75. Okay, so the Guten Tag is superior. Should we have a quick drink? Yeah, just to improve morale. Cheers, boys. And this is the city we're gonna have to keep coming back to because I need to start buying up hunters. I do love a brawler though. A few poachers and some raiders. Oof. To see where they hang around, we might be able to get some guys to help us. Oh, and because it's poachers now, I have to follow them around until nighttime because I don't have any ranged fighters. Which is why it's so desperately important for us to be able to buy some hunters. Also, if they're on uneven ground, we can't fight them. We have to wait until they're on flat ground and it's nighttime. Even then, it's going to be rough. So much so, I think I want to get the other level 1 and 2 lads in. In that case, can I not give the level 1 boys the nets? The other lads are better off attacking. Lowest attack, 48 and 48. Hopeless, completely hopeless. What's up, Viking? It's only 490 gold. It's not even that good of a payday. But look at the levels. Level 3, level 2, all the way up front. The defense numbers are not dreadful. It's absolutely doable. I mean, our militia spears are super low damage, but at least we'll be hitting them with some regularity. Let's see. Ah, okay, no, there's a necromancer. Sorry, Dawnfell, I hate to piss off one of my cities, but no. Just no. Without the necromancer, that would have still been rough, but with the necromancer, And we had no ranged fighters. No, there's no way. 1 poacher and some raiders. It's 5 raiders. So again, that's... I'm not getting paid for it. That's a huge risk. This could be a nice XP farm. Let's take on the direwolves first, because I want to keep collecting as many pelts as possible. Then we'll try to take on those brigands at night. Just then nullify the poacher's advantage. This is all good XP. Outstanding. Well done, Emmanuel. Yes, good stabbing. 5 in a row. Oh, 9 in a row, and then our luck ran out. Excellent. You cheeky fucker. I always forget how fast these things can move. Okay, just adrenal glands. I was really hoping for pelts. +2, that's a minimum roll there. I think I might take these 4s here instead. Just be careful here, actually. So, Stobbie's builds. Raider lad. Student gifted, rotation, recover, reach advantage. Nimble, Colossus, Berserk, Weapon Spec, Indomitable, Killing Frenzy. I think that's the way to go. That means student then gifted. And I'm going to be giving gifted to all of the all but the highest level guys. This resolve is no good. Venom, excellent. He actually needs range defense, so whenever I get a 2 or higher, I need to get range defense. Once he gets to 20 range defense, it's probably enough. Student to accelerate the leveling up. We didn't take a hit in that fight. Awesome. This is all fine. I'm happy to spend my time doing this. I'm exploring and I'm killing time so it's evening I can fight these brigands. Remember, I still need to find a ruin and destroy it. We got to find another little hut with some zombies in, hopefully. So we're going to keep working and saving up money till we get 3,000 gold. Then we're going to go hire a hunter. And then get 3,000 gold, hire a hunter. You know, just to repeat the process pretty much. Do I need these two nerds in this fight? Don't think so. A lot of daggers. I think actually I am going to spear wall, which I wouldn't normally against these little buggers, but so many of them. Worth it. It's going to funnel them in there, which I don't mind too much. So actually, if I step back here, then all of these squares are covered. I'm kind of leaving Vorondox out to dry, but I back myself to do enough DPS that if he gets around it, we can kill these little fucks pretty quick. But as is the case, they're just going to hang back. They're not going to charge in. I'm going to have to spend another round of fatigue to get these guys to go into a spear wall. All the while, pitchfork. But they do indeed come into the spear wall, which is encouraging. Vorondox, you fucking legend, yes! He's a god! How many is that? 13, 4, the next one's 14 in a row. Unlucky. Okay, now we can step forward and start murdering. 15. Oh, I could have and should have released a dog there. It's all sub 20% shots with these ranged weapons. It's where you have to fight at night. Let's wait till this thug comes forward, then I can step forward here and smash. Like Khabib. Down to smash. Tell you why smash. Yes. God, I hope we get these daggers. Get murdered, you absolute garbage. Ow! Yes! Flee! You better run. Yes! Right, you little bellends. Off you fuck. And pierced arm muscles there was actually pretty crucial. For the minus 20% melee skill. It's a thug slaughter. Get him, boys. Release the hound. Right, Lord, get him. None survived. Charge! Charge! One more turn. Can Lord catch him? Don't think so. I mean, this is where adrenaline is useful for catching fleeing enemies, but overall, whenever I get to the super late game and those super big fights, I always feel like adrenaline is it's one and done. Nice. We got another Guten Tag. That's good. Let's give it to Neeks. Bit of an odd setup now, but you step forward and stab there. Why don't we put one of these lads in the back line? He's got the lowest melee defense. It will be 23 on Verondox. Yes, that's better. What's up, Zio Poser? Right, mate? Two on Paragon. Teague is amazing already. Let's go for melee defense. Well, you're very welcome here. Precious few viewers. Torturer. He gets fast adaptation first. Nice that we got 4 staff slings already. Those are going to come in handy once we have our archers. It ain't bad. You're all welcome. I got big plans, my man. I got big plans. I'd love to be one of those lads who can do it full time. Would be amazed. Actually, you are going to be in melee contact, so have the superior armor. That. Screams hello into the void. One more shield. Actually want to head back to Dawnthal, see if we can't do a job for them. We pissed them off by failing the one mission. Delivery, perfect. Wherever it's going, fine. So far, I'm loving this background. Look at how cheap. 337 for dyes. Are you shitting me? 68 gold for ammunition. Oh, hopefully this will be the playthrough where I can finally get my 250,000 gold achievement. Everyone loves the lone wolf start, but just looking at the description of it, the lone wolf one is the one that appeals to me the least. But I totally get why it's really good. Okay, pretty soon we'll finish this mission, go sell what we've bought. We'll come back here, we'll buy Kurt. I mean, it's expensive, but he does come with a hunting bow. And I can't wait to hire a hunter that has good stars, and then I get to use my sound.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay! There's going to be much rejoicing when we start hiring our hunters. Oh, baby. Where are we going, by the way? Perfect. Blankenstadt is exactly where I wanted to go. While browsing the town's markets, a man in silk approaches. He's wearing a grin with more glitter than chomp, and each of his fingers are adorned in glint. That's an interesting trophy you got there. The adrenaline gland. I'll give you 400 crowns for it. Deal. Oh, God. Money, money, money. Indeed, Shiny Wolf, but like, it's funny with my peasant background. I actually do believe it is newbie friendly. However, they have to obey a few rules with the peasant militia. The peasant militia has a difficulty curve that spikes in the beginning and then it becomes easier. What I found was the key thing with the peasant militia was to immediately, because you start with 12 lads, you immediately pick your 8 best guys and you fire the other 4. So starting from day 1 with 12 brothers will be a disaster. They will level up so slowly, you won't be able to pay them, you won't have gear for them. Oh, look at this. Bought for 337 and sold for 617. Oh, baby. And 231 for tools. I think we can actually do better than that. And I'm just going to keep buying padded leather and kitten caps if I can find them. Right, so I've got my Fangshire. We are ready to go buy our first hunter. I think we make a beeline back to Dawnstadt and go buy that hunter. Well, I say beeline. I mean, let's see if we can't get a delivery mission or escort mission heading west again. Follow the tracks. Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie. I meant to go buy tools first. But now I've got to do this mission first. $34, $32, $38. And at this point, honestly, like, it's tempting to throw lots of training into these low levels, but gear is more important. A southwest, you say? Some thugs and one poacher. Fine. And it's afternoon, it's almost night time. The problem is if you fight them during the day, they'll just stay put, and then it's a horrible fight. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but at the rate we're earning money, we'll have 4 hunters in no time. Or I should say 3 hunters and a Fletcher. Gonna be good.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Come on, surely they're gonna charge us, surely. Okay, move forward, boys, slowly but surely. Verondox bravely hiding in that bush. Well, as long as we can flee, they'll be fine. And I'll say it again, for this campaign is quite unique to some of the other ones we've done because I am going to shamelessly save scum in this campaign. But I think it's for a very good reason though. It's because I've proven in the other 20 odd campaigns that I am quite prepared to play Iron Man, and I want to get to the super late game content as soon as I can so I can include that stuff in my guide and then move on to Legends. Now we just wait and let these guys tire themselves out with their spear wall. It's funny you say that, the 029. So I'm on leave for the whole of this week and next week. And I'm going to be streaming Battle Brothers every other night. So like tomorrow night I'm going to do Oxygen Not Included because I need to finish up my Oni playthrough. Wednesday night will be Battle Brothers, but the Oxygen Not Included, we're actually quite far. We've got plastic going, we've got a bunch of good stuff going. So as soon as I finish Oxygen Not Included, I think it's time for me to do Darkest Dungeon. I love that game. I did a YouTube series for it a long time ago. Wait, that's wrong. I should have put Aragon there. Oh, Nix with the old one-shot. Get one-shot, brigand thug nerd. So, yeah, short answer is yes, Darkest Dungeon coming soon. But I think I want to get the Color of Madness because I have the other DLC. The other one is prodigious size is not itself an intrinsic merit unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. It's like all of my friends that I have here in South Africa, none of them are gamers. So like a few weeks ago we were out and we were partying, and my one friend Justin is an enormous dude, and he cut himself and was bleeding. And I said to him, what's it? I gave him that line. And he looked at me like I had 2 heads. I had to explain it's a video game reference. It's just sad though when none of your friends are gamers. It's funny talking about Darkest Dungeon because what's it called again? The DLC with all the mosquitoes and shit. Crimson Court. Fucking game has crashed again. Fuck's sake. I started to really enjoy the Crimson. Well, I hated the Crimson Court at first because obviously you get flooded with mosquitoes and everyone gets that disease and you don't know what the fuck to do. But once I figured out how to manage the disease and how to go get the blood and how to actually do it, I enjoy it a lot more now, so I don't mind it. Okay friends, the game has crashed again, so my throat's a little sore. So I think that's it for tonight. Sorry to cut it short. I wanted to do another half an hour, but I can feel the frog in my throat and this damn game crashing. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central European Standard Time, I think it's called, CET or CEST. I'll be back with Oxygen Not Included. That's Tuesday tomorrow. Wednesday will be more Battle Brothers. I'm going to try to do 4 hours of Battle Brothers on Wednesday. Thursday, Oni. Friday, Darkest Dungeon. Saturday, Oni. Sunday, Darkest Dungeon. Battle Brothers. I'm going to alternate Battle Brothers and Oni until Oni is finished, and then I'll replace Oni with Darkest Dungeon. And then keep an eye on the YouTube channel. Hopefully by Thursday, the first episode of my comprehensive guide to Battle Brothers should be up on YouTube. Thanks for watching, friends, and I shall see you later.